your favorite scene with you or Jimmy or you and whomever, you and Patrick. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm just doing it, and I'm going to tap dance a little longer.
That's impossible.
Well, I mean, just for your character, for your moment that you look back on, you're like, that was it.
That's impossible. I loved. Is this season 3? I loved yelling at Patrick, yelling at Hamlin for when he wants to tell Jimmy that that Chuck left him nothing. I also loved my stairwell scene with all the montage post-its. That's the first time they gave me a story alone, and it was so great.
Okay, that's great.
I love all my quiet scenes with Bob the most. We have explosive scenes that were very, very hard and very, very challenging. But when we would do stuff like laughing at the same joke or brushing our teeth or watching a movie or eating Chinese food, we developed this respect with each other and each other's work so much that nothing could be said without hanging. It was a real volleyball match, which I believe is what people are seeing when they say there's chemistry. It's when there's an invisible tether between the two, that it does not matter if you planned your performance in your trailer to the teeth.
Yes.
It cannot be the same until you find out what your scene partner is going to do. And I just loved every pitch he threw me.
I love it. And then, the choice that they made to connect your character with Jesse Pinkman.
So fun.
Because your character, again, and that's what kind of got us on pins and needles watching this, is we didn't see you in Breaking Bad. We did not. So we had no idea how your character was going to wind up.
Me neither.
At all, right?
Nothing.
Were you getting scripts, looking to see if you were wound up?
Didn't Patrick tell you? That's all we would do, because he and I are cut from the same, I wouldn't even say self-deprecating, I'll say self-loathing cloth. And we were constantly flipping, going I'm not dead, at least I'm not dead. I don't care what I'm doing, at least I'm not dead. I live another day.
You even thanked Vince for Kim not being...
Every single week it was a thing on the podcast, and every recap you would read is just thank God Kim lives another week.
Because again, and also because you're the one who actually, broke good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and
in a way,
everybody broke bad and then never broke good. And we were kind of rooting for you to do that and take Saul Goodman with you. Yeah. That's the way I was watching this entire show, this slow burn. And that's the way I was watching it.
How genius is it that they made you wish that when you already actually know the outcome?
Exactly.
You already know he's not going to be okay.
Well, I mean, and that's one of the many brilliant parts about it but to hook you up with Aaron Paul and Jesse Pinkman. Just before I let you go, what was that scene like for you to be, I guess,
so great,
to be in Breaking Bad in a way?
I didn't know. I knew those guys were coming, and I was just gonna pretend like I had stuff to do that week so that I could stay in town and go hang. I've met them both, and they're so lovely and generous. But I didn't think I'd have a scene with them, and then because of the location of the front of that office, that strip mall, and Aaron and Brian's schedules, and coordinating all of that and getting them into town under deep cover and all this stuff, we had to shoot the scenes out of order, and I had to shoot that scene well before that episode. So I didn't even know that they get divorced, and they're like, and she's carrying her divorce papers, and I was like, what?
Oh, really?
What's happening? And and they did have, when we were saying earlier that they don't plan everything out, because of COVID, they had written their scripts much more further along than we normally have, as well as we knew it was the finale. So there were mileposts that had to be hit. I mean, Peter had to hit so many different storylines from the Breaking Bad world and from the Better Call Saul world. Yeah. So I generally don't want to know too much ahead of time because my RAM space is full with the job I'm doing at hand. But I did call Peter and was like, clearly you have to tell me a little bit. What happened? What was I doing? I had never seen the front of Saul Goodman's office in that era. So I was like, what am I doing there? What's happening? And he told me exactly what I needed to know to play this scene, which had less to do with what is this interaction with Aaron Paul's character. That's for the audience to sort of wonder about the mystery of. But he told me what the scene was that was inside, which we did not shoot until much later. The scene where she comes back to get the divorce papers signed. And when you ask about the bus scene, what do you think about when you're doing that? That's one of those scenes where I've never been divorced. I hope I don't have to go through that. But I was like, oh, we've all been there where you were deeply in love with someone and then you show up at a party and they act like it wasn't a big deal and you think like you're both going to be like, oh, this is hard, isn't it? And they're like, no, it's not. Nope, haven't even thought about you in years. And I knew Bob was going to play it that way. And so it made me want to throw up. So that's how I played the beginning of the scene.
Well, you nailed
I was
it.
like trying to smoke and I was like, I'm going to throw up.
Well, you stuck the landing, right? I mean, just like you did. Wow. What? All right.
Go see Linoleum, though.
No, I know that. I was going to say what's next. Linoleum in theaters, select theaters, and then what's going on with your?
That doesn't mean I'm not proud of Better Call Saul.
No,
I hope I never have to stop talking about Better Call Saul.
No. So what's next? The next project with Vince? Can you tell me anything about it other than Apple's involved? What else? What else? When do you have you started?
He told me that he's had these ideas brewing. They have nothing to do with Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul world. Right. And he was trying to figure out how to make them work and how to get them to gel together. And that sometime during our show, I don't know when, that he was like, it should be, he was talking to me. He said, it should be you. And I realized like, and then I wrote it for you. And then I cried my eyes out.
That's right.
That's like, what? Yeah. Cause I had called all of my writers and my producers and my directors saying like, wherever you go, you got a background person that needs to like be, whatever. Let me know. I want to follow the storytelling that group of people is doing. And I will show up wherever they need me to show up. And they were all like, yes, we love you, but kind of hemming and hawing. And I couldn't figure out why, but it was because Vince had told them they're going to do something with me.
Well, then when do you start? Have you started?
I have not started.
Have you seen a syllable yet
I've
on
seen
a page?
2 scripts.
2 scripts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's FaceTime Vince right now and get some details.
Let's do it. I'm sure he'll spill it.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. I've never done anything like it in my life.
FaceTime Vince, you mean?
Yes. Okay. We're going to TikTok, right? Guys, let's make a TikTok.
Let's all TikTok.
I was laughing my head off when you said I've been on sets where I'm the oldest person there and they're like, I'm like, are we TikToking? Oh, let's TikTok.
Oh my God, I love it.
No idea.
Well, Linoleum in select theaters right now. You, Rhea Seehorn, have earned in my mind the right of seeing anything that you're in.
Oh.
Fact.
Wow.
You are awesome.
I'm gonna cry again. Thank you.
Anything that you were in, and Linoleum is that. And I can't wait till what you're doing with Vince and everything else.
Thank you very much.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.